Have you ever been at a crossroads, either in your career or for your business, and just felt stuck, wondering what on earth the next right move is? Well, if that sounds familiar, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are talking about SWOT analysis. It's a seriously powerful tool for strategic thinking that helps you answer two of the biggest questions we all face.
And these are the questions, right? It all boils down to this. Where are we standing right now? And based on that, where should we be heading? A SWOT analysis gives us this beautifully simple, elegant framework to find some real actionable answers.
So, where do we even begin? Well, step one is all about information gathering. You see, a great strategy isn't just a lucky guess. Nope, it's built on a clear-eyed, honest view of the entire landscape, both what's going on inside your own world and what's happening out there.
To get a real handle on your position, you've got to look in two directions. It's kind of like looking in a mirror and then looking out the window. First, you look inward at everything you can control. That's your internal analysis. Then you look outward at the big wide world and all the forces that are shaping your future. And that's your external analysis.
You know, what's really interesting about this internal scan is how personal it can get. We're asking ourselves, what do I actually value? Who are my most important professional relationships? And here's a big one. What skills do I have today versus what skills am I going to need for where I want to go? It's really all about taking a totally honest inventory of what you're working with.
Now for that view out the window, that external scan, there's a fantastic framework called STEEPLE. It's an acronym that forces us to look at the horizon in a really structured way. We're looking at social, technological, economic, environmental, political, legal, and ethical factors. These are the huge currents that are totally out of your control, but believe me, they can have a massive impact on your plans.
Okay, so once you've done your homework and gathered all that intel from your internal and external scans, it's time to get organized. And for that, we turn to the classic, the one and only, the SWOT matrix. And here it is, a simple 2x2 grid. I know it doesn't look like much, does it? But I'm telling you, this is where the magic happens. This is where all those scattered thoughts and observations start to form a real strategic map. So let's fill it in.
First up, strengths. These are the things that are internal, the stuff you control, that give you a real edge. So, for example, maybe your team has some seriously deep technical expertise that no one else has. That's a huge internal advantage you can build on. On the flip side, we've got weaknesses. These are also internal, but they're the factors that kind of hold you back, the things that put you at a disadvantage. Maybe you've got a product out there that's just missing some key features your customers are screaming for. That's a weakness, and you have to be brutally honest about it.
All right, now we're looking outside again at the external factors. And this is where we find opportunities. These are the trends or events happening out there in the world that you could potentially leverage. For instance, imagine a sudden surge in demand for a service you just happen to provide. That is a classic opportunity, just waiting for you to grab it.
And to finish our matrix, we have threats. Again, these are external. These are the factors that could cause you some serious trouble. A new competitor popping up, a sudden change in regulations, some kind of disruptive new technology. Think of these as the potential storms on the horizon that you absolutely need to keep an eye on.
Okay, so we've filled in our 4 boxes. We've got our lists. But listen, the real power of a SWOT analysis isn't just making 4 neat lists. Not at all. It's about what you do next. It's about connecting these dots to uncover some real, game-changing strategic insights.
This right here illustrates the entire process perfectly. See how your internal analysis feeds directly into your strengths and weaknesses? And your big picture external scan, that STEEPLE analysis, is what uncovers your opportunities and threats. It's just a clean, logical flow from research straight to insight.
And hey, remember that first big question we asked at the very beginning? Well, just by filling out that top row, your strengths and your weaknesses, you've created this powerful snapshot of your current reality. This is your answer to where are we now? Pretty cool, right?
Now this is the key. This is the whole ballgame. A truly great SWOT analysis isn't about 4 separate lists and 4 boxes. It's about asking the questions that connect those boxes. How can we use our strengths to really go after these opportunities? And on the other hand, how do we fix the weaknesses that a certain threat might expose? This is the exact moment that simple analysis transforms into powerful, actionable strategy.
So, asking those smart, connecting questions, that leads us to the final, and frankly, the most important part of this whole process, turning all of this thinking into actual, concrete action.
Look, the goal here is not to make a pretty chart that you can hang on the wall and feel good about. No way. The goal is a clear, no-nonsense set of actions. It's about being able to say, with confidence, because of our strength in X, we're going to pursue opportunity Y by doing Z. That is what actually moves the needle.
But, of course, none of us has a crystal ball, right? The future is always going to be uncertain. And that's exactly why a SWOT analysis is often just the starting point. It's the foundation for deeper strategic work, like scenario planning, where you can really pressure test your ideas against a bunch of different possible futures.
So, as you start to build out these action plans from your SWOT, you can run them through one final filter. Just ask yourself 3 questions. First, is this plan suitable for our situation? Does it actually address what we found? Second, is the risk versus reward acceptable to us? And finally, maybe most importantly, is this actually feasible? Can we really truly pull this off? Before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one last, really crucial thought about the mindset you need to have when you're using this powerful tool. I think this quote just says it all perfectly. The SWOT analysis is a way of organizing your thoughts, but it is not infallible. It's a framework to guide your thinking. It is not a machine that spits out the perfect answer.
At the end of the day, the value you get out of your SWOT analysis is going to be a direct reflection of the effort you put into it. It demands good research, it demands painful honesty with yourself, and it demands a real willingness to question every single one of your assumptions.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to take away with you. Don't just think of this as some big formal corporate exercise. Bring it down to a personal level. Think about it for yourself, right now. What is just one strength you have that you can use to seize an opportunity that's right in front of you this week? That's where real strategy begins. Thanks for tuning in.